Hello and welcome to this episode of the Offbeat Podcast with me, Dan.
And me, Luke. Make sure you head to our socials, show us some support, like, comment and subscribe on this video. Go to Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. Enjoy the episode.
Welcome back to the Offbeat Podcast.
Offbeat Podcast, episode 43? 43? I mean, we just
Something
spoken
like that,
about
yeah.
it.
You were very confident about 43.
I was very confident, but
recording.
now
As soon as that goes recording, you've lost your head.
it happens, mate.
The lights are bright.
The lights are bright.
It's warm in here.
The two lights. Oh, it's boiling today, isn't it?
It is hot.
It
is hot. I
is
got
hot.
shot. You guys, you two rocking jeans. Did you not
Yeah.
Come straight from work, so I've got to wear jeans. So I'm like, should have got changed. Second part, definitely going to change.
Oh, yeah.
I'm definitely going to whip out the shorts.
Wow, you're like a diva changing your outfit
That's what I'm
after
gonna
the
say.
pod.
Mate, it's get people keep watching until the 30 minute man. Keep thinking of my legs. But yeah, big guest this week. I mean, we say it every week, but we've actually got probably one of the biggest guests we've had.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, Joe Mcgrath. I mean, you've probably seen him from the Manc Eats, the Manc Bible, Sloppy Joe's podcast, BBC Radio Manchester, Stephen Try's
Yeah,
podcast.
a little bit of a
Everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
do a little bit of I do a lot, but I love it, and everything I do has a little bit of purpose in what I want to do.
Yeah.
So although I do like a get about, you can get about a bit, don't you? We get about a bit.
Yeah.
But all has a little bit of reason why I do little bits of stuff. Yeah. So I'm a bit of a slag. Yeah.
Anything that's online.
Anything.
It's good though, to be fair. I'm waiting. I'd love to be asked to go on a podcast because we message loads of people.
Yeah.
And we get aired a lot. Are you looking to kind of move into that with the Sloppy Joes?
Is it get guests in?
on there?
Right. So we put a guest on last week, and it was a comedian who's so good.
Which comedian was
He's
it?
called Jamie Hutchinson.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know Jamie a
Mate.
while back. He used to work for a radio station called Access Manchester. It's like an indie station.
Oh, yeah.
And he won our New Comedian of the Year award in 2018. So I've always kept in touch with him. Always known, like I've always seen him throughout his career, and always know how bit of a madhead he is.
Mate, the stories he's got. He went on our mate's podcast as well. So Aaron Wood.
Oh yeah,
he went on Aaron's podcast and like, mate,
he's got crazy stories.
so
hasn't he?
funny. He's
Even
so
on the
funny.
recent Have a Word one, that was
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah, just the things he does, but he's not. What I was trying to say, he's not necessarily like a character. He is who he is.
Yeah.
Like he's just a funny guy, and in his walks of life, you could just see that the stories find him basically.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he's a class guy. Well, we put that on, and people loved it, but then also people were saying just loved it when it was just you three. So it's a nice dynamic of me, Joe, and Ethan. And I think the thing with that is it's kind of like the old school podcasts, which were, your Ricky Gervais's, which sort of led the way in sort of that medium when it was just him, Carl, and Steve Merchant, and them three were just very much themselves, and they didn't really need a guest on.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was a radio show, and between links, they just clipped the audio off and made it one big file, which is basically what podcasts were at the start.
Yeah.
Just radio shows, but without the music.
It's how I explain it now to some of my family members when they've got. Cause sometimes you say, "Oh yeah, I do a podcast," and everyone's like,
It's like a talk show.
"Oh right." I just say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, it's like I do radio, but it's on the internet instead."
Yeah.
Basically, it's just easier, and we know music.
And I think the thing because I've always done radio and produced radio. I think the guests will only come if they're really special guests, because we do want to keep that radio feel, but the fact that people fall in love mainly with the main characters. Which are me, Joe, and Ethan, and get involved in all of our lives and stuff like that. And even with the biggest podcasts, like obviously the Have a Word one, they still leave that hour and a half at the start of theirs, where it's just the two main presenters.
Yeah.
Because you just want to hear what they're up to, and then it's a treat at the end when the guest comes in. We don't have a lot of time to be able to give 3 hours to the podcast, me, Joe, and Ethan. So we'd rather it just be us three. What we've done this week. Let's get stuck in some fun features. Let's rip Ethan.
Yeah.
For anyone who's not fully aware, who's watching, give us a quick rundown of the pod.
Sloppy Joe's there's a guy called Joe Smith, and we do a lot of stuff about Man United, but the thing is we don't want to alienate people who might just want to watch us. We had you do these things called watch-alongs where the game was on in the background, and United have been shit recently, so You can swear, yeah. You can swear.
Mate, do whatever you want. Mate, do you know we're getting monetised?
And basically, during the games we'd watch it, me and him would just chat, and we'd find these little strings of conversation which just go on for 5-10 minutes. But the only thing about that is you've got to always go back to the game because you're watching football.
Yeah, of course.
So why not we get the best of both worlds? We strip away the football so that anyone can watch us. We don't mention anything about United or football in general in the pod because we want everyone to be inclusive in it. And strip away the fact that we don't have we can talk about these conversations for as long as we want. We don't have to keep going back to the fact that, there's a game on the TV.
Oh, yeah, it was a shot on target, something like that.
So that's what it is. It's me and him, and we stumbled upon a producer called Ethan, who's a Geordie lad, and he just sort of was there to take care of the audio. But the more we got speaking to him, and the more me and Joe started chatting, the more we realised that he has a place on the pod.
It's good that.
Because he's
a lot of podcasts do that now, don't they? The producers have kind of... And the producers are always kind of mates. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Usually you get like 2 kind of big names or 3 big names. And the producers always like their mate. Like Jack Mate's podcast is Stevie.
His mate,
just his mate.
Exactly.
Have a word, Carl. Carl's literally just his best mate.
Yeah.
And the fellas as well.
Yeah, the fellas, yeah, of course. But the dynamic works because it's just 3 mates pissing about.
I think the thing is that with Ethan though is we don't know him.
Did you not?
We don't know who he is.
See, I would.
So he works under Joe, but only for a couple of months. So I think what we're enjoying is obviously we get along with him.
Yeah.
We're enjoying the fact we get to know him more and more each week.
Interesting.
Because he is a bit mad, and he has got some funny stories.
Yeah.
So he can surprise us. Like there's going to be stories along the way, which that shock factor is still funny.
Yeah.
Of like being like stunned with what he says.
Because I suppose in that aspect, because we've known each other for so many years.
Yeah.
I suppose after the stories that come out, we know everything about each other already, so we can't really surprise each other on the pod.
I think that's why we like guests. We love having guests on.
Yeah.
Like we've had like pro boxers, we've had like pro footballers, comedians.
Did they all have to do this mad drive here, by the way?
Yeah.
I went to we got here to the studio and I was like, I drove through a farm. I nearly hit a cow. I'm sure I nearly hit a cow. Because we were up in Glossop and I was driving. I was like, if another car turns up now on this road, I'm done.
Yeah, you get.
Do you do that drive a lot?
Yeah. So I'm not. See, you've grown up round here, so you're more.
You're trained.
Yeah,
you're just extremely lucky that you were driving the same way as Luke was tonight.
Instead of the other way, otherwise we're going to be T-boned and like you're not having.
There is a drive. So country roads, I'm not used to too much, but you can see when you're driving in your mirror. You can see a confident country road driver, can't you? Do you know what I mean? Like I bet if you came up behind me and go, here we go. And then there's a bit of pressure on you then, because you all kind of follow each other weirdly, don't you? And you all kind of got it's pressure in it. And if you balls up and I've never concentrated as hard driving getting in today.
I hate braking because if you're at the front and you brake, I feel like, everybody fucking hates me now. Especially when there's 10 cars behind you and you can just see everybody's like brake lights coming on and you see them in the reflection of your car and you're like, no.
Or you're going down a hill and it says slow down soon and you're in fifth. You think, fuck, this is going to be a
I know
rough
exactly what you mean as well.
No, but it was good fun. But guests they bring a lot, don't they?
They do bring a lot. We've had, and I like with most of the guests we've had on so far, we don't know him.
Yeah.
And I like the dynamic of like it's that shock factor where they're telling us a story. Like we had like Fat Sam Eats last week when he was like, I sparred with Tony Bellew, and we went, what? It was just like in conversation, and you're like, what?
Like boxing sparring.
Did a lovely back massage together. I wonder how Fat Sam Eats did it. I bet he could handle himself. That's why Fat Sam Eats can eat so much and still look as slim as he does.
Well, he was telling us on the pod that his dad owns a boxing gym.
Right,
and he's been training for years, so he looks like a nice guy, doesn't he? But I wouldn't mess with him.
Yeah, if we want a night out, like, I reckon he could film me and knock me out easily.
I think if there was a fight of all the food reviewers, Fat Sam Eats would be at the top.
Rate my takeaway. I reckon he can handle it.
Rate my takeaway.
I reckon rate my takeaway handy. I reckon he's handy.
It'd be like a WETL tables, ladders and chair match, wouldn't it? He'd grab his table and just twat him on the head of it.
Do you know what, with his TikTok boxing, why has no one done that yet?
The food's
food review guys. Imagine that'd be quality.
Man v food type thing.
Man v food.
Who do you reckon would win Man v food out of all the food content things?
Like who could eat the most?
Who could eat the most? Fat Sam Eats is up there.
It'd be Beard Meat's food though, wouldn't it? Because he's a pro eater.
He's a pro eater. Maybe pro eaters aren't allowed.
Is he not allowed?
He's a judge.
He's ridiculous, him though.
Not think
He
Rat
is
God or
ridiculous.
El
He's
Burrito need a
ridiculous.
shout.
Tell you who's away one who Tony watches. She's a woman. It's Nutty Foodie Fitness. Do you know who she is?
No.
She's stick thin.
Yeah.
Like, and she'll run like 20k, come back and she'll just scran loads.
Right.
And you watch and you're like, how are you
How's
eating
she
that? Because
doing
she's
it?
literally stick thin. But she just eats and eats and eats. And I'm like, that's mental.
Yeah, well, that's mad. Well, El Burrito guy.
Oh,
could
he's
eat
sick
it.
as well.
reckon he
He's just a burrito a day. They've always got loads of mad stuff in it, aren't
He
they?
lives,
Yeah,
right.
he maybe could eat more than... Eat more fat Sam Eats, I'd say.
What about yourself? Because obviously
I pushed them to the edge, but there's a little bit of me where I just have a little bit of a wobble and I go, I'm all
You've
right.
got to back yourself a
You've
little
got-
bit, haven't you?
I'll back
You've
myself
got to
a
Get
bit.
over
back
that
yourself.
speed bump, don't you?
Yes, you do.
All right, then. Yeah, I'd eat more than fat Sam Eats.
Clipped. Yes.
He knows it as well. We'll have to go to like an all you can eat Chinese or something and just see who lasts the longest.
That so needs to
the
happen.
Chinese, fucking hell. You can be stuffed on them, can't you? But it affects your head as
Avoid
well.
the
It does
carbs.
affect your head. It
You're
really
off.
does affect you. As soon as you put a carb on your plate, like like chips or rice, you're done.
You're done.
You're
Yeah.
done.
might-
You need to be
Salt and
tactical.
pepper.
You
Chicken,
might
mate.
as
Yeah.
well go home because something psychologically switches, doesn't it? Like,
Yeah.
friggin'
It's
hell.
bread for me. I can't do bread. Like, I'll have like one naan and I'm full.
Really?
It just kills me off bread. I don't know why.
Do you do all you can eat buffets? Because I've not been to one in a while. Looks
I'm
doesn't look
trying
like it, does
to
it?
think like last time I actually did one.
Last time
I did one was for Senders, I think.
Well, but that's a posh
steak.
all you can eat, isn't it?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's a
Oh
posh
yeah,
all you
I
can
mean for
eat.
class in Ben Brazil.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're your upmarket all you can eat, aren't
Yeah.
they?
They're the worst ones. You get the meat sweats.
You do. Because you feel like you got to...
Ask if you want any
You get your
sides.
money's
Do
worth, don't you?
steak.
you want
Yeah,
any
yeah.
sides, mate? No.
No.
The steak on my plate.
Yeah, I remember out with one of them once and they were just firing it around and you got that full head of steam about like, you've got to just eat it. Like you said, it's you against the price tag, innit?
Yeah.
So they're coming around and you're just saying yes to everything. The steak sort of went missing a bit and they were bringing out these little things and I don't know what they were, like sausages and all that. And
Yeah,
just kept
they
saying,
kill you, them sausages,
And
don't
then
they?
next thing you know, I'm eating something and I was like, I've never eaten this before, right? In my mind, I was like, whatever I'm eating now, I've never had before in my life.
Right.
You know, you've had steak and you've had sausages and all that. I was like, so mate, Andy, what have we done here? What is this? So we got him round like that, and he comes with all these little balls like that. Oh yeah, chicken hearts. I was like, what? Chicken hearts? And we both just doing it. It just, I think if we
Was
were
it tasty
ready for
until you
it,
found out?
yeah. Oh, it was a bit like slimy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
is
think
it like liver? Is that
Yeah,
like,
it was a bit like liver.
Yeah.
I think if I knew about it beforehand, I would have prepped myself. But being told halfway through like a little mouthful, whoa, that spun me a bit.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I tried.
I think,
tried
like you
livers.
say, if you set yourself up for it,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
so. Like,
yeah.
if you go to France, you try frog's legs.
Did you try frog legs?
snails
You
as
had
well.
that?
I've never tried it.
tried
I've never been to France.
Neither.
Yeah, but
You never been?
No.
Great
I've
place.
driven
It's
through
great.
France, but I've never actually stopped off in France.
Where did you go if you're driven through France? You go to
We went,
Spain?
we went on a
Big
school.
drive that.
No, we went on a school trip to Germany.
You
Really?
drove?
Germany.
You drove? How old are you? 13?
It was honestly, it was like a 17-hour coach journey, and it was long.
I've done one of
It
them.
was long. It was quite good though. Like, it was because
That was a good
when
laugh.
you're 15, 16, you just piss
Yeah.
about, don't you?
Yeah.
But like, and the teachers got absolutely
Oh, they do, don't
smashed
they?
every night.
They do.
Like, hammered.
I remember I did that for, I think it was at college. The teacher who took us on the trip didn't like flying. So we drove to Barcelona. And that was 27 hours. You've just triggered that memory there.
27
He didn't like
hours.
flying. So on the way there, it was great. On the way back, it was a fucking
It's a mission, isn't it?
nightmare.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, they enjoyed the piss up just
Oh,
as
yeah.
much as... Yeah, and we were all like 17. So some places you did get a drink here and there. Other places you were just like, no. I remember trying absinthe for the first time there.
School trip.
Yeah, on a school trip. And
Which one did you try? Was it the green
it
original
was
one?
some
Or?
absolute awful looking black one.
Black?
Yeah, it was on my birthday, and we all someone got it from one of these dodgy shops, and because we didn't have that much alcohol, this was going to be the way we get drunk. So we had a couple shots of it, not realizing the consequences. And next thing you know, I wake up and I don't know where I am. I'm on a beach, but it's morning now.
Yeah.
The whole night is gone. I don't know what's going on. I remember going back to the hotel room. And I was having a poo, and the teacher walked in because everyone went to the coach to try and because you have to do a day of drama now. Oh, I didn't mention it was a drama trip.
Drama trip?
How mad's this? It was a drama trip.
And you had
what did
Amsim.
we learn in Barcelona? This guy was such a crazy guy. He just wanted to piss up. So everyone was on the coach ready to go to this drama, like learn something about, I don't know, like mimes or something. And I just fell asleep on the toilet, and the teacher had to wake me up. And he had to come in my room, see me like bollock naked, stinking of booze, and just currently having a boo, but asleep at the same time. So you had to like shove me like that without looking, like that. But fortunately, they all took pity on me, and they let me sleep in the coach drivers have a little pit.
Do they?
Yeah, because normally there's two of them. So one does like a 7-hour shift, the other does a 7-hour shift. So they have this little pit underneath the coach where they sleep. And instead of doing drama that day, I got to sleep in.
Yeah.
I got to sleep in there.
Do you know we were talking about Jamie Hutchinson before?
Yeah.
That is such a Jamie Hutchinson
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
Also, who do you reckon was more like scared in that scenario? Or like him or you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Because imagine walking in and seeing that, I bet he thought, shit, my job could be over here. Very quickly.
I hope none of the kids are filming this.
School trips are fun though, weren't they? I love to do. I suppose school trips are like just lads' holidays now and like mates' holidays.
Yeah. Have you done a lads' holiday before?
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Yeah.
I did one to Mcgrath, which was a bit mad.
Yeah.
I did another to Mcgrath, but it wasn't necessarily it wasn't my lads' holiday. I went on a holiday once. This was ages ago. This is like 20 years old. And as soon as you say story, it'll probably click in your head.
Yeah.
I went on holiday once when I was just out of uni, and I was just about to start my first like ever proper job. Mm-hmm. So come out of uni, was doing little bits and bobs, like you do. You find your feet, you want to get something full time. And I was in a bar in Manchester called Night and Day Cafe.
Oh yeah.
And boozing, love boozing in there. It's such a good place. And I get this message on my Facebook Messenger from some guy, and he goes, "Do you fancy coming on holiday with us? I know we're completely random to you, but your name is the same name as my mates who's dropped out.
Fuck off.
We need to replace. We want to replace you. We don't want to pay for Ryanair's extortionate costs of like 200 quid to replace the name. Do you fancy coming? P.S. We've sent this to 20 other Joe McGraths. Like first come, first reply.
Serve, yeah.
Well, I was a bit pissed, so I replied, thinking it'd be a rush. No one else replied. So no Joe
You thought
McGrath,
you were got to get to the top here.
Yeah, and then I woke up, didn't think anything of it. In that evening, the guy tried to call me, and then we had like a little chat about it. And he went, listen, 2 weeks' time, we're off to Magaluf on my mate's 30th. We all live in Bristol. Do you fancy coming to it? And I was sussing it out. I was going, fucking hell. It sounds good.
I think that's one of them opportunities where you can't turn that down,
exactly.
can you? Imagine the story.
Yeah, it sounds good. And I looked at my phone and I was like, Mum, I was still living with mum and dad at the time, and I just couldn't tell them. So I had to tell my best mate.
What did you say to your mum and dad then?
I just said I was going on holiday with. I told them I was going on holiday, but with a group of mates. Last minute thing that I was booking with them.
Yeah.
No,
From
don't
Bristol.
ask any more questions. Yeah, I don't know how. I think we said we had to drive to Bristol. It was cheaper, blah blah, and they got it. Don't ask any more questions. I told my mate Andy, and he was baffled. And then I told a couple of people, and they were just a bit spooked by it. And then I drove down to Bristol on a Saturday night. It was a fucking weird drive. I just thought, what am I doing here? Like, what's going on?
Mate, that's
here?
like serial killer. That's how like these Netflix kind of like documentaries.
Yeah.
One would start like this.
Yeah.
It would. Why did I do it to myself? So I was driving down, shitted it a bit. But then as soon as I got there, everything was chilled. They were just normal people. Went to Magaluf. Had 4 mint days there. Great fun. And then came back, and then I
Do you still talk to him now?
still messaged them. Yeah, still messaged them.
Class.
I did a little thing on Twitter about it, and I just put a little message just saying, you know, a screenshot of his first message to me, and then I took a picture of us all on the beach on the last day, and it just put it on Twitter, and then I left. I was then started my day job. I left my phone for a bit, came back to it. It was fucking mental. Like my phone's going mental. And next thing you know, it's taken off. The tweet taken off. I thought, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going and going and going and going. And I was like, fucking hell. Next thing you know, I'm getting calls from around the world.
Really?
Newspapers, radio stations, everything want to get me on. And I was a bit spooked at the time, so I just sort of left it. But about the one that I did do, because I thought I'd meet Piers Morgan as I went on Good Morning Britain. Right, so they said to
this story is fucking, this is quality.
This is madness.
When you're saying it, I'm thinking in my head, I've heard this before.
Yeah,
so
it took
probably,
off.
Yeah.
It took off. I'm talking, every newspaper did a story on it. Like the Sun offered me something, money to do the story exclusively. Obviously, I turned them down. But then they fucking
good choice. I'm happy you said. Yeah, we have quite a lot of Scouse viewers.
But then they ran,
I was like,
this is why they ran it anyway. And I was like, oh fuckers.
Did they?
Yeah, but
mate, I would have sued the fuck out of them.
Lad Bible had it. BBC had it. It was great. But then we went down to Good Morning Britain, and they got us on a train. It was fucking well funny. They got us on a train. They put us up in the hotel. Best scrambled eggs I've ever had the next day. Ever had.
Premium.
Ever had.
Premium Travel Lodge.
I don't know what was in them eggs, but fucking hell, it was so good. And then went on the couch like that, sat with. Well, it wasn't Piers Morgan, it was Eamon O'Neill. No, Eamon Holmes. Sorry,
Eamon Holmes.
It was a bit of a dud, and he made it. You only get like 4 minutes, and he made it a bit about himself. You think, come on, Eamon, this is my moment.
This is my moment. I've got all the way down here.
You got an extra half an hour after the weather. Where's my moment? And yeah,
scrambled eggs were worth it. At least they were worth it. Scrambled eggs.
It was great fun. Good morning, Good Morning Britain. Just because I went on holiday with some lads. So now the lads' holidays have been on.
Did they pay you a fee for going on Good Morning Britain?
I think like 200 quid.
Mate, I would absolutely love that. Imagine that.
And then getting you down to London was good crack. And then and you're in London then for the day. Oh no, that was it. Work said I could do it, but I had to be back for like midday. So I had to do the Good Morning Britain, have an hour in London, then get the Manchester trade home straight away. Yeah. But it was good. TV's a different ball game.
That's quality.
TV, don't know where the cash comes from. Because I don't know who's really watching anymore.
What's kind of a studio's like?
It's insane. I tell you what, it's just the amount of people that work on a show like that. Fucking hell, everyone's got an assistant. Everyone's got like 3 or 4 runners.
Yeah. Did you have a runner?
No, as in like, so like you got the sound people.
Yeah.
And then they've got a runner, and then you got everyone like that. Them 2 lights there that I can see, they'd be manned by a separate person.
So if anybody wants to man our lights,
you think to yourself, what you both doing? Like, the lights are on. What are you doing? And then
that's an easy job, though.
Yeah.
Imagine having that job.
Like there was food about, croissants and all that. Yeah, honestly, it's like the makeup artists. But I don't know where they get the cash from.
I always think that as well. Especially when you look at nowadays.
For a 4-minute appearance on Good Morning.
Yeah. God knows how much it takes to run that show, but
like, look how many more viewers that like YouTube shows and stuff get now. Like the Sidemen get like 7-8 million views a video. It's ridiculous the numbers they do.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it?
And like their budget isn't probably half of what TV
it's true,
have.
Innit? Where does the budget come from? I don't know, it's mad. But that was good fun. That was my lad's holiday.
That is absolutely
it was good fun. I don't really tell that story after, because I tell you what, that first 6 months after it happened.
Oh, I bet you told it day in, day out.
It was like I hated it. By the end of it, I was like, by the end of that couple of months, because people that you don't meet for a bit, like work colleagues or people you've not seen for a while, and then they want you to tell the story again and again. Those first 3 or 4 months, I was like, I'm done with this. I think I got it into a solid 30 seconds by the end. Well, now that was 5 years ago. It's fun to retell it because it was a bit of a whirlwind.
That is honestly a crazy story we've had on this. I
sent you the picture of us and Eamon O'Neill.
That's sick.
We got a little selfie.
And you got is that what kind of started the radio career?
I enjoyed it, and that's why I started. So I started off at a radio station called XS Manchester.
Was it like XFM? Is it?
It's basically what XFM kind of was. Owned by 2 different people, but they wanted XS to sort of be the gap that XFM left when it became Radio X, because it kind of lost its I was going to say, is locality a word? I don't even know if it is.
And I don't mean
local.
It's not in London, is it? It was very Manchester based, and it was very kind of proud to be Manc on it.
So I joined with Clint Boone. Clint Boone's a legend. He's like from the Inspired Carpets and a mint DJ. I started off there at XS. It was brilliant. I had an incredible boss called Matt, who will just get the best out of you, but also give you the freedom to do what you want. And he's a legend. He does a lot of food reviews as well for Manchester Finest.
Nice.
So you might see him. Glasses, funny walk. Nah, I can't come. I'm only joking. He watches it. But he was my boss. He absolute legend. And we had like a really ace team that lasted for about 3 to 4 years. But as soon as COVID happened, it sort of broke up the team a bit. People went in other separate ways.
Yeah.
You didn't see anyone really, did you? So you were starting off. You went into it as a team, but then time sort of broke it up a bit. And that's when I got involved with the Manc, started eating some food with them. All the while, the Stephen Tries podcast started in the XS studios, which were great. They're the studios, the first ones that are in there. Which was great.
It's a fucking small world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you're hearing stories like this and you're like, mate, that's such a small... Did you know Stephen then before it? Or?
I just think we were in the same year at uni. We played footy together.
Oh, nice.
So
yeah.
we played 5 sides together because Thomas Cooney, who's so funny in the podcast, I've known him for ages. We went to the same primary high school together. Great footballer. Always plays football, so he always needs, like, do you know when you need someone?
Yeah.
And because I'm there and I'm local, I just said yeah, and then I got into the routine of playing a lot, and then I think it was just a conversation between Steve, Tom, and all that about. They did a podcast, a couple of episodes of a podcast before it, but certain things went right. The studio wasn't right. I don't know if it's costing too much money, but then the XS studio was there. Let's use it. We cracked on in there, and we did it for ages in there. And then I left XS, so we moved somewhere else, and now it's in Stephen's house, like you. He's got the kit, he's got everything. It's more freedom to do what he wants and not get kicked out after 2 hours when we've had our time.
Yeah, I'd hate that. I would hate that. Someone coming in and kind of like nagging you. Really, we can do whatever we want because we're just filming our houses. That's why we try to make it as portable as possible.
But yeah, that was that. So that's Steve, and then the Manc was going, and the Manc and Steve were going at the same time. Moved a bit away from Steve because I've done a lot of stuff now with Radio Manchester. So it takes BBC Radio Manchester. I missed the radio side of things really. I think at my heart, I'll always, even at the tone of a podcast, like I said at the start, in my heart, I'll always love radio, and I'll always love how the dynamics of radio and what you can do with it. So I missed it, so I went back.
Yeah.
But there's not many radio options about in Manchester. There's only BBC Radio Manchester at the minute.
Yeah,
because they've all
got to London, aren't they? That's where the money is.
It. Yeah, to London.
Well, is it global? You kind of bought everyone.
Yeah, Global and Bauer and BBC are like the three massive chains, but now there's like Times Radio and TalkSport are owned by different people. Wireless, I think they're called. So they own basically the large majority of it. And you'll find hard done by to get local radio anymore apart from the BBC. Yeah. So I went back there and had a really good time with them. It's just fun, learning what I'm doing. They send me out and about in this at the BBC mobile, so I could call live wherever I am.
That is quality.
So I think it's tomorrow. There's Glastonbury. The people going to Glastonbury. Getting the coaches in Manchester. So tomorrow I'm just going to rock up outside, have some festival glitter on, and just speak to everyone live just as they get on the coaches. Hope no one's high on shrooms yet. And just chat about what they're
No, you hope they are. You hope they are.
Looking forward to seeing and all that. Yeah. So it's really fun. So do that, and then just working with them. I've got a new little show that's starting on Thursday, 7th of July, I believe, which is 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. It's just my own show, 3 hours.
Oh, nice.
Kind of do what I need to do, play some tunes and stuff like that. So it's good. No, I love it.
That'll give you the freedom, that though, won't it? Imagine the freedom you'll have. Just come up with your own little like skits, or little like segments, stuff like that.
It'll be good fun. And I think because the show that it is 7 till 10, it's sort of trying to bring in a sort of younger generation into just tuning into like on BBC Sounds, just the radio, and just catching up with, like, if you want to hear about a bit of news or if you just want a bit of a laugh, and that's what they want to do.
What type of music will it be on there?
So I don't know at the minute. There's a bit back and forth about what we can play, I think. But
does that feel like licensed or just by the rights?
I think Yeah, I think with the BBC, I think one of the things is that they've got to try and play some of the same music as all the other stations do.
Okay.
Because I just think when it comes to like the actual money you got to pay in PRS, if everyone's sort of paying the same music across the UK, not only does it make it simpler, but it also can make it a bit cheaper. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of focus on the minute about the BBC making sure that they can not cut costs, but save money where they can.
Yeah.
So if I was going wild playing some mad B-side, loads of mad tunes, not only is that a headache for my producer, because you have to honestly, one of my first roles was working for a guy who played Northern Soul music at BBC.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It was good crack, but it was good for him. But I had to make sure that the artists that we were spinning out get paid PRS. Fucking hell, that's a job. They have this internal system.
Could not be
artist, writer, who's the producer, what's the barcode on the back of the CD playing, who's the studio who put it out. You got to all write this in manually as well and submit it. Honest to God, and he's playing, I think it was 30 tracks in his show, which doesn't sound a lot, but when you type it in manually, doing all of them, it's 15 digits. Fuck, I've made a mistake. It was a nightmare, that. But no.
Very much working your way up from the bottom. It is very much working your way up. That's something. Well, I think we should have a little break. And then I think second part, we've got quite a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Especially about the Manc. And also a few people asking about the takeaways.
A lot of takeaway stuff.
And also about different podcasts that you've been a guest on. Especially one, which I'm very interested to hear about. I think you know which one it's going to be.
No idea.
Freddie and Rob Holland.
Fucking hell.
I really, really want to talk to you about that podcast because that is an interesting one. We'll be back in part 2.
Are you not good? I thought you were going to get changed.
You're all
right now. You stick it out.
Yeah, I'm already sweaty. Do you know what I mean?
You need to ruin 2 lots of clothes. Is what you're saying.
There's no point doing that. We might as well start on that. We'll just start. We'll start on there.
The disappointment in the viewers' faces when the break happened, and you've come back exactly the same.
Yeah. Clickbait, mate. Sorry.
Everyone was excited to see
the game crusty.
Got the Kleenex out.
Yeah. Sorry, but it's sweating it and tough shit. Deal with it.
Tough shit. Fuck off.
Come back next week. You might see.
I'll get a bit of lag.
It's not going to happen, is it? Not going to happen.
Anyway, part 2, we were talking in the break, haven't we? About how much we're both into the takeaway videos.
Love it. Yeah. Love it.
It looks quality.
It's great fun. Honestly, it's great fun. I mean, it didn't start out with the Manc. We just were making little bits of content here and there, and it wasn't necessarily a food thing yet. But there was a kebab place that opened at 10 a.m. in Levershulme, Levy Bakery.
Levy Bakery. I abuse that for work. It's 10 minute walk from my work.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because the new one that's
the new one in Edgeley, yeah.
Yeah, it's 10-minute walks. So we go there once a week.
It's so good. Well, because we got there, it's bad, but it's good.
Quality.
Because we got there nice and at 10 a.m. and we did a review. We soaked up the atmosphere of Levershulme because that's where the original one is, and then we stuck it online, and then it just went down really well.
Yeah.
So then we're a year and a half in.
You had that coat. Was that one where you had that fluffy coat on?
I think everything about that review was perfect.
Yeah.
There was chaos around me. Levershulme was just wild at the time.
Yeah.
So there's different characters doing all sorts. I had my nan's coat on, which looked mental. People were still in lockdown.
A little bit now.
Yeah, still got it.
I was like,
I think for the last one, I'm going to wear it. I think so. People were still in lockdown, so they wanted a bit more. They wanted quite a bit of fun about just places they recognise. And I think a lot of the time we do get some of the best hits on the video when we're not in the centre of Manchester, when we're in the little suburbs and people can recognise the streets and go, oh, that's near me, that buzzing. So we started off with that, and then we just not stopped. So we've done it every single week now. We're lucky to have a sponsored delivery. Are very happy with what we do. So they send us out and about, and they little pick. We sort of, you go on the delivery website and you sort of see where you want to go next. So they never really send us to places.
So
we just got to find
give you creative kind of freedom, but it just has to be on delivery.
Has to be on delivery, and to be fair, they've got
everyone's
600, 700 restaurants. So
quality.
Jesus, that could go on for a while, couldn't it?
Yeah. What are the top 3 that you've been to? Is Levershulme Bakery?
Levershulme Bakery is one of them. There's an amazing. Well, the thing is with the takeaways now, when we've had them, sometimes we've eaten in restaurants that do Deliveroo as well.
Okay, yeah.
And there was a time where we did it for a couple of months where we ate the food, like we went a bit different for a little bit, where we ate the food in the restaurants and we sort of highlighted that you can get this to be taken away.
Yeah.
And some of the food there I had was unbelievable. But they were proper restaurants.
Yeah, it's not like you're not eating out of the car like you usually do.
And they do fit the criteria. They're on Deliveroo and they're brilliant. But some of the food I had there was stunning. But I still want to go back to the fact that I want to go to the OGs, the proper the takeaways where there's no sitting in. Yeah. Take your food, go out and be gone. So I'd say Leverage Bakery's up there. There's there's so many. There's an incredible place called Jerk Junction in Chorlton, which is amazing Caribbean food, and they've got like a big barbecue shack out the front.
I've seen that one.
I think we've seen that one.
Yeah, it looks unreal.
What was the name in it? Am I thinking the right one?
What is it? There's a woman who runs it.
So there's two. So I've done a couple of Caribbeans recently. That was Mama Flo's that in Stockport.
Mama Flo's, yeah.
She was unbelievable. What a character! She was brilliant. I think that's our second most viewed review of all time. Because it just flew, but again,
everyone knows Mama Flo's. So when we talk about it in the office, because everyone's from Stockport, like we've ordered from Mama Flo's loads.
Yeah,
because it's one of them places that everyone knows.
Again, it's not in the centre of town, little street in Stockport. People love her, so that really took off that one. So I'll go with that. And then recently, I've had what I thought was the best thing I've ever had, and it's one that I sent Stephen tries and rate my takeaway to, and it's Fat Pats.
Oh, we would talk about this with Fat Sam Eats because we saw the video.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god!
The Philly cheesesteak, right?
Yeah.
I can't describe how good it is. I think
you have to pre-order though, don't you?
You have to pre-order, and they only have a certain amount, and I think that's nice because it's kind of like they make sure every single one's special.
Yeah.
The one thing he does it for me is the guy who puts it all together has created. The more I eat burgers, the more I eat bread and stuff like that. The more I eat stuff with like in buns and wraps and stuff. The bread is so much of what you want to get. Because if it's too stale, too thick, too soggy, too much of a mouthful, this bread he's created. Like he's created his own recipe. It's like a Japanese milk roll, right? It's fucking. I've never had anything like it in my life.
Is it like?
It's got
really
a bite
light?
to it at the top, and then as soon as you get into it, it disappears. So it does what a bread should do. It should hold all the beautiful ingredients in, but then as soon as you bite it, it sort of goes right. Here's the good stuff now. I'll go. I'll leave you to it. Which is like sometimes bread can be like, I'm going to stick about. Oh, do you like that? I'm going to stodge your mouth. Yeah. This just fucking disappears. And what he lived in Montreal for a bit in Canada, so he's got this amazing Montreal seasoning that he's mastered on his steak. The cheese sauce is like smoky but beautiful. And then the best thing about it is these crunchy onions that he puts on top of them. So you get into it, you get amongst it, and then you get this crunch in your mouth with this. That the Fat Pat's Philly cheese sandwich is honestly one of the best things.
I love the location of it as well because I think it's just perfect. Like, it's down a fucking back alley.
Weird back alley.
It's down a back alley.
Yeah, it's in town. We're back alley, Manchester City Centre, where there's a massage parlour there, so you can play a game of wank or a sub. You know what I mean? There's this guy coming down here for a wank or a sub. Oh, he's wank, and he keeps on going down. It was funny because we were filming, and then like you just see people enter the street and then just turn straight away. Like,
I bet you've had some fucking weird experiences.
Yeah, there's a lot of people come and try and get involved and shouting about, and I can bounce off it a bit, but sometimes they do just ruin it a little bit. I tell you another one I shout out is Burgerism in Salford. They are.
I've never heard of that one.
You never heard of Burgerism?
No.
Christ, they are just a really good burger place. I don't know how to describe it. Their burgers are like, you don't even believe me until you took a first bite. I remember taking my girlfriend there. I was driving there. I was like, you're not going to believe it. And I knew what I was doing. I knew I was hyping it up a bit too much. But I was still stunned about what she was about to experience because I've experienced it as well. I was like, you're not going to believe this, you know. And she gets it out and she's looking at it. She's not too fussy, right? And when she takes her first bite, her head falls off. Honestly, I don't know what it is to do. I think it's just the quality of the meat is insane. The seasoning that they put on the burger, I think they just put a little bit of salt and pepper. Burgerism, they're my ones. Burgerism, Fat Pats, and Leverage Bakery, and then just all the Caribbean food I do because it's all amazing. Yeah.
It's like a taste. It's like a taste explosion in Caribbean food.
is.
Where you buy into it, you just get about 19 flavors just hit you.
Can we start doing takeaway videos?
I tell you what burgers.
There's not enough of them, is there?
No,
There's not enough of takeaway videos.
Escape to Freight Island. Do you like Escape to Freight Island? You ever been?
I have not been
myself.
before. I have not been, but it's one of them where you know people who go all the time.
They've just opened. So Escape to Freight Island has a lot of different like food stands in there. So burgers have just opened in there as well. They started off in Salford in like a little hatch. They sell something like 6,000 burgers a week on Deliveroo. That's how good they are. 6,000. I went in there and I saw this.
Is this
guy.
almost on like a warehouse estate?
Salford.
So like an industrial estate?
Yeah.
I've seen videos from it.
And this guy who was there is just a normal lad. Looks like my mate. Just like a cool looking guy, but just loves cooking burgers. You should have seen when the orders were flying in. Wow, it's like a magician at work. He was fucking flipping, buttering. They got this like big old like turn. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just constantly pouring butter onto like a roll, so you can just slap the bread on it like that, and it butters it like that. Boom onto the like. It is insane to go behind the scenes and see how they make it.
I bet that's quality as well. Being able to go behind the scenes in the places as well.
Some places.
What places you're like 5-star cleanliness?
Christ,
5-star cleanliness.
Have you had some ropey situations?
There is some rogue ones, yeah.
I've been in Manchester, aren't you?
Yeah. There's a couple. There's also a couple who I don't think are ready for the demand they get at post.
Yeah.
Because like there's been a couple where we put the video out on the Friday, and then unfortunately we get a bit of backlash because people have ordered food and it's not arrived for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
So people direct that complaint at us.
I'm literally just a guy going in trying food.
But we've introduced it to them. So now we make sure, like, you go, listen, if we're going to come down, just be ready.
Yeah, but
Make sure you're going to pull maybe an extra stuff in or something like that, because it's going to take off.
It's going to go a bit crazy.
Yeah, and it does a bit. It's good fun. It's good fun. They're the best ones. They are beautiful, honestly.
We'll have to give Burgerism a heads up.
Oh, we are, yeah. But, I mean, we 100 people are going to turn up. 100 people. It's going to be us two. Anyway,
100 times. Different outfit each time.
Oh,
so
mate.
I don't feel as bad.
I'm definitely trying it now.
Yeah.
If he's got that high, because do you know when you can always see from someone's
When someone's
body
that passionate
language.
about food.
Yeah.
Just get the triple. You can even go the quadruple.
They do a quadruple.
Yeah, but because they're nice and thin, it doesn't feel
Okay, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
The double will be good, but the triple's
is the one.
fucking best. Yeah, get it. Honestly, it's top.
Yeah.
It is top. And Joe, I tell you what, I got to give a shout out to, and they never do well. They always do worse in views. Is a lot of vegan places I've had a shout out to.
Yeah.
Probably look at me. I'm not a vegan kind of guy, but some of the flavors, some of the different textures, and some of the sort of copycats I've had, you go, fucking hell, this is good.
Yeah.
Like if a rule came in where they've gone, right, no meat, we'd all survive. Like the food I've tried,
we'd be happy.
We'd all be happy. like some of the food I've eaten in a place called Vegan Shack in Manchester Piccadilly, they're doing some unbelievable stuff. And
I suppose you've got to be creative with the flavours there.
You got to go. The effort
Can't just
they
go
put
box
in-
standard steak, can you? You got to go.
Of course, the effort they put into the sauces and everything, and the cooking methods and stuff. Yeah, so give a big shout out to them because, yeah, I think they don't get it. I think if people tried them, all the people in the comments giving it,
Yeah.
try it.
I think I need to just give it a go because I always just see vegan. I'm like,
I'm the same. If there's no meat on there, I'm kind of like,
I might start a meal without
I'll
meat.
leave that.
Of course,
off a
look at
little
me.
bit.
I was the same as well. But crikey, there's some good stuff. Yeah, they're doing some good stuff.
Was it who proposed the idea of you first going, your first reviewing a vegan takeaway?
I think there was a place called This Charming Naan.
Oh, near
it's
near Piccadilly, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's on the Watts. It's near Vimto.
Yeah, and they've
The
got
Vimto
all
one.
the.
Please tell me you sung it when you went.
No, yeah, we did. It was one of our. Yeah,
It writes itself, doesn't it?
all their food is stuff like.
It's like old Smith songs,
yeah,
isn't it?
old
But
Smith songs.
it's so good.
Girlfriend in
Look
a
at the
coma.
menu. It's so good.
Girlfriend in a coma is the fucking funniest thing I've ever. But that's all vegan. So we just thought, well, it had a fun bit of Manchester about it. let's go try it. And then we was like, fucking hell, some good stuff kicking about. So then that's why they opened the doors for us to really push forward. It was the gateway.
He's not drunk. There's a gateway into it. Welcome to the vegan world.
Man,
I want to talk to you a bit about your kind of gigs experience now as well, because you're doing a lot on kind of going to different sort of gigs, because you did the Blossoms,
yes,
you've done like the Snuts, so you're doing festivals and stuff like that.
There's a really cool guy called Chris Croft. Great name as well, isn't it?
Great name.
Yeah.
Great name, Chris Croft.
He should be DJ, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Chris Croft.
He's in the Cha-Cha Slide.
And he did some early work with Full Time Devils, and he sort of grew them to where they were. And he doesn't do that anymore, but he runs a YouTube channel called Sound On, which highlights just music. He just loves music so much, so it's all genres. But we do a thing, I can't have a good name for it recently, but we do a thing where we speak to fans after the gig. How was it? You know, and fans don't often come out buzzing, so you often get the best conversations with them then. And
so do you go to the gig as well?
yeah, I go to the gig as well, leave about 5 minutes early. He sets everything up, gets ready.
5 minutes early though, you missed the main song. So did you miss Glasgow then?
Yeah, that was the one, you can hear it. I know you're
They
saying,
introed it well as well, because they came out and they were like, oh yeah, so we're just gonna, this is our last song, we're gonna play one of our new singles, hope you enjoy it, and then walked away, and everybody looked at each other and went, wait, what?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, and then he went, of course not, we're playing fucking Glasgow. And just starting out, and I was like, yes! I was going crazy in the back. I was like, this is a bit of me.
So yeah, we went out there and stood there, and some of the best, funniest times I've ever had there.
Oh,
You just get to speak to absolutely crazy people.
How much do you have to cut out of these?
A lot. Yeah. There's times where you get like swamped as well, and like, the things that people would do in front of it if they see a light on in the camera. So Chris just says to me, if you ever see, just keep talking, but if you ever see the light go off, it means it's got too much around you. Like there's too much chaos. So I could be in the middle of it all, and I'll just get stuck in, put my head down a bit, because they're all fighting over me, and it's good fun. So I'll just keep, what are you on about, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as I see the light is off, I know that's the signal that he stopped filming. So I have to sort of go, right, and push everyone away, walk off for a bit, please leave me alone. And then we wander a bit further down. Because there is a point where it's fun, but there's a point where you just can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Everyone's shouting, you can't even see me or the person we're talking to. All the football lads want to shout their team in front of the camera as well.
Yeah.
A lot of Burnley fans there, weirdly, at that gig.
There was a lot of football fans.
Burnley.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was just an odd gig.
Where are you now, eh, Burnley? So it's good. It was good. It was those gigs, and we do festivals. So we did Neighbourhood Festival in Warrington.
Nice.
Try and do as many different festivals as you can, and just speak to people as they're out and about. We did meet some characters you just can't put in the.
Have you ever done that after like a DJ event or a dance event?
Not yet. But
No.
we should.
I bet that would be an experience after like Warehouse Project.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I
That'd
feel
be
like
You could not air.
you
any
couldn't.
of that.
That's the thing. I think the thing with what we you couldn't, could you?
4 a.m, you've got police all around you. You're trying to say, so how was that? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's good. We should do that. The more variety in fans we speak to, the better, because it's the best stuff you get.
Yeah.
But those ones where everyone's got sunglasses on at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Walking through the street, yeah, we know what you're doing.
What answer am I going to get here? But that's good fun. That's really good fun. I'd love to do that for as long as we can. So if we festival season approaching, there's a couple of local ones like Kendall Calling, which is not local, but it's in a Why Not festival as well. Hopefully we get to them and have a good little.
So do you kind of message the festivals first and be like, look, we're wanting to do this?
Yeah, I think Chris now can show them what we do. Chris is in charge of all that, so Chris now can show them what we do, and then they go, yeah, come down, give us some tickets to it, and we go. Leeds Festival's always a good one. We did a really good vlog from Leeds Festival last time. Loved it.
One of our previous guests, Alex Smith, he's on Leeds Festival again this year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, he's in Stone. Have you heard of Stone?
Yeah. Stone, as in just Stone, S-T-O-N-E. Yeah.
So
have I heard of another one? No, I've only heard of Stone.
Probably, and they're like the Liverpool, grunge, very High energy.
And they are on. What stage are they doing? Do they know yet?
We did the introducing last year,
class.
and
Great
they had a
stage.
massive crowd there, and because introducing stage is the path.
Yeah.
And you were trying to, and you could see the video of people trying to bustle through, trying to get to main stage, and all the diehards in the centre there, having pits and all sorts. And you're like, this is quality.
Love that. Yeah, I do like that. They give the introducing's good. They give people.
Yeah.
You just want to start out that chance to go and do your little half an hour, 20 minutes, and draw a crowd, and then you get the big crowd next year.
Yeah, I'm not sure which stage they're doing this year.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Surely they're not
find out.
introducing again, but
Nah, I doubt it.
they'd be good in a tent though.
Yeah.
Very high energy in a tent. Everyone's better indoors, I think. I just think acts, whenever I see an act like headline or do something outside, I always think they're going to be better indoors. I did it with Kasabian. I saw Kasabian headline Leeds years ago. Went to Kasabian to the arena 6 months later. It's like chalk and cheese.
Really?
They're good. They're really good outside. But in an arena, it was absolutely like bedlam for just 90 minutes. And I was like, it's quality.
They looked some real neighbourhood weekender.
Kasabian are a fucking good band.
They're quality.
I think they're so underrated.
I think they are.
I think I don't know why no one takes them seriously.
It's weird though, because they do arena tours all the time, but I class them as underrated as well.
Yeah,
which is a bit of an odd one. What are kind of like the big bands that you've seen, and like the bands that you love?
That we love. Well, the ones that I think, the ones that are still sort of on the rise at the minute that I love, a band called the K's. Now the K's are like they're fucking, what a band they are. They'd be great for this podcast. Jamie would be.
We did Albert Hall, didn't they? Not long ago.
Yeah, they're from like a Warrington way. I'd hate me saying. I'm sure you hate me saying that, but just for people listening, so you can kind of pinpoint where they are. They're fucking great. Like they're absolutely mega rock and roll sort of presence. But how can I describe his voice? Is probably one of the best voices I've ever heard in my life.
Really?
Like, to put it this way, his brother does a lot of musical theatre. Right.
Nice.
So
okay.
imagine a rock star who can sort of hold a note just as well as someone on the fucking like West End stage, but doesn't sound like he's singing. I don't know, Les Mis. He sounds like he's singing rock tunes, but he can hold notes longer than I've ever heard anyone like in a rock band hold notes. So you got these little crescendos at the end of the tunes, and it can just sometimes be him just holding a note, and he's holding it so well, and he's just amazing. And then he goes from that to just causing chaos on stage. The K's are the ones.
I need to listen to the K's more. I see a lot of bands that I kind of know supporting them, so like, do you like this feeling and stuff? They get
Rats have supported them.
I saw the Rats in at Meadowlands a couple of weeks ago. Down in Nottingham.
Yes,
they were exactly how I expected them to be, and I loved it.
They were just full, aren't they?
Yeah, they were just high energy. But there was only like 50 of us round because they were like the second act on, and they were quality. They were just very. I like bands with attitude. I love attitude. Like, and another band that was on that day were Ratons. I never really knew the Ratons before it. I knew like one song, and I saw them now. Now I'm obsessed with them. I'm like, they are unreal. But,
I'm in one of their music videos. I introduced one of their only my voice. There's a bit where I forgot what the fucking song is now. They're in the garage, and the music video starts off in a garage, and then I introduce what the song's going to be. So then they turn the radio up like that, and then it kickstarts the music.
That's sick.
So you'll hear me on that.
That is class.
It's good. They were good band. I interviewed them ages ago, and I did a thing called Pool Party. We're trying to bring it back, so I just interviewed bands while I was playing pool. And
you did it with Larkins, with Josh.
Yeah, with Larkins. He's a local lad, isn't he?
Yeah, well, so the drummer in that band, Dom.
Yes.
Like, Tom's our good mate. Tom was our first guest we've ever had on.
Yeah, amazing.
But yeah, and we play. When we talk about our five-a-side before, Sam, Josh's brother, plays with us every week.
Lovely,
He's our good mate, Sam.
He's class. They're a brilliant band, so we do that. But we had one with the Ratings, and you can imagine 5 of them playing pool. They were fucking mental. What a great band, though.
I love it when the band just has that like cult following.
Yeah.
Because you're into your DJs, aren't you? You don't really get that with DJs, but when you're a band and you get like a... Because they're all very Yorkshire based, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they all have the football top, the Rating football tops on, and you're like...
I'd say you do get it with the DJs.
Yeah, you do. You get little packs of people who always watch big DJs, won't they?
But I guess the thing is, you can go see a band when it's just that one band, can't you?
True.
Whereas if you go and see a DJs, there's usually a few on the lineup and whatnot.
That's what always worries me about, right? So I want to get into. I like that sort of stuff. I often end up listening to when I go to festivals and the DJs are on. I always love it, but those nights can somewhat intimidate me a bit. Okay, do you know what I mean? So do you know, like when I see a poster for like Warehouse,
yeah,
and it's like
40
20
acts.
names.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you just pick and choose who you want to go see, or do you just grab on for the full night?
I guess so. It just depends who's on. Yeah. You have a plan before you go, so you have a chat, don't you, with your mates? Say, I'm going to see this person, this person, this person, and then you'll find yourself in one room, and the next actors come on, you've not even realised, and it's going off, so you're just staying there.
We did a lot of events when we were 18, didn't we? Our project.
Yeah.
There was so many acts. Like most, if you think of a drum and bass act, I've probably seen them.
And
like we have, haven't we? We went every weekend. So
really?
like Academy,
Antwerp,
Warehouse project.
Antwerp was a great venue, wasn't it? Yeah. I went to a mad night. Antwerp.
It's
fucking great.
We've had so many guests who say this. I was gutted when it shut down.
Yeah,
everyone was gutted, but everyone has a good memory of Antwerp.
Yeah, it was great fun. What a venue! Yeah, I love that venue.
Antwerp was just as
do you reckon you'd still go now if it was open?
I think. No, I think it's one of them where
that fear in your eyes.
it was the toilets where I never went there and the toilets were working properly and they weren't flooded.
Yeah, it was always bad, wasn't it?
It was just been
a couple of holes in the floor as well. You go, that's waiting for a bit of a disaster, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not surprising.
This place open.
Did you ever go when they had an act on upstairs as well?
No.
Oh, that was dangerous. Oh, it was shaking.
It
was shaking. The house was shaking.
Yeah.
It was a house, wasn't it? And you were like, wow.
You'd go upstairs even just to the toilet when they want an act on upstairs, and the floorboards would like creak down when you step to them, and you're like, I'm going to fall.
And the contrast between Antwerp Mansion and then taking a couple of steps to the Curry Mile, where you know people are just grabbing some food or like life's carrying on there, but everyone's getting wrecked. 10 meters away. That sort of mad combination was wild, absolutely wild.
I just think that sums up Manchester so well. Yeah. It just sums up like if you know of it, you know it, and you love it.
Good fun.
DJ. I think we need to do a DJ.
Yeah,
night.
bring it. I say that.
Yeah.
Let's do what?
I need to do another DJ night, but the problem is now I'm old, and I feel I'm not actually old, but I feel a lot older than I am.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hangovers last a little bit longer.
Hangovers last a lot longer now. 2-day
hangovers are a full day job now.
Yeah, of course, mate. And it's that belly feeling I get. I'm fine with headache. I'm all right, but that belly feeling where I feel like every time, because I love food.
Yeah.
I mean, I smell a bit of food, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, this is how old I am. Sometimes I worry about going out on a Saturday now, because I don't know if I can recover by Monday. I got the Friday's ideal. Friday is ideal because you definitely can. Saturday's gonna be rough, but you'll definitely recover by Sunday. Saturday, I'm looking to go. Fucking.
Is that what it is? Yeah, 2-day hangovers.
Oh mate,
have you never? Come on, you've had a 2-day hangover before.
Nah, I'm cured by the night.
Really?
Yeah, I've never had a 2-day.
Mate, you're a different breed compared to.
My God, yeah, I have a 2-day hangover.
What do you reckon's the best hangover cure?
Just tears. Just lots of crying.
Slap the Lion King on.
Yeah.
Have a good cry.
Best hangover cure. Crikey. Yeah, because realistically, everyone says like, oh, the fry up and all that.
Yeah.
No, it's shite. It's just a shit idea.
But it must be something healthy because what you've done to your body, you've absolutely battered it.
You need a bit of fruit.
And then it's mad, isn't it? We wake up and you go, right, well, I battered my body last night. I wonder if a KFC bucket might fix this. And the answer's no.
A Subway hits differently.
A Subway's not a bad shout, you know.
Full of salad.
Stodger, isn't it? It's just soak it up. You're trying to soak it up.
Yeah.
It is funny what we do to ourselves, isn't it?
Can't be a brocca, though. A nice brocca in the morning.
Yeah.
Broccas are just... whoever
Oh,
invented a
brocca.
brocca. What do you think I mean there?
Like a little white wine. Yeah, sleep as well.
Sleep's a good one. Yeah. Just sleep it off. It's when you wake up, you sit up and you go, nah. Just go straight back down. You're spinning the whole room.
It's the worst. It's the worst when you wake up, you're like, nah, and then you look at the time, oh, shit, I need to get to work.
When do you go boozing though? When do you allow yourself to drink? Do you work most weekends?
I work most weekends, but I've got the occasional Friday off.
Nice.
And my missus, she's a singer, so she works weekends as well.
Nice.
So we have the Wednesdays and Thursdays off.
Oh,
so it's like our
okay.
weekend.
Do you have a little night? Is it what do you do, or do you local? Is it local boozers or?
It'll be town.
Yeah,
Yeah,
class.
town's fun on a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Do you know what it is? Isn't it? I love that little. Do you know when you could do that as a student? Just go on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah, Factory Thursdays. I went every week for 2 years. Every week for 2 years. How dangerous is that? And that was when. Do you remember in Factory when them bouncers beat up that Super League guy?
Yeah.
I think I was there that night.
Right,
and I saw them beat up many people, and they just got away with it. And then
Mad.
it's your own
Someone got a
person.
film out. Yeah.
But yeah,
Crazy.
some of the nights out where you're looking back and you're like,
Worst thing is, we used to go out like when obviously we all went to college. We used to go out like every weekend in town. We only ever went to Factory or Fifth.
Yeah.
it was £2 doubles.
Yeah. It was. God, I went doubles with it. God knows what they're putting out that vodka.
Like
There's
recently,
Wodka on it or some shit like that.
when I've been going out with Aaliyah, we go to all these different places like Northern Quarter, and it's sick.
Your eyes
Manchester's
are
actually
open now.
class.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
It is, yeah, because your eyes open a bit. I think that's just a bit getting older, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, if we were in those places Wednesday, Thursday, and then loads of fucking mad 18-year-olds came in, you'd be going, this is a bit shit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's keep them over there. Let them enjoy the chaos of
£2 doubles. And
Fifth's now
Fifth's
short,
innit? Yeah,
so let them
yeah.
enjoy the chaos of like you said, Factory and all that. And then when they're older, they can appreciate like a cocktail is, like a proper one. Oh, this is actually fucking nice.
Rather than just a blue VK.
To be honest, £1 VKs.
Oh, they
That's
used
what it
to
was back in the
bang,
day.
didn't they? They used to
Yeah,
bang.
they were
What
good.
are kind of like your places to go booze? Do you Northern Quarter? Are you a Deansgate guy?
I
Or?
very much, yeah. I just love a good bar. So Yes Bar is one of my favourites.
Okay,
If you're
yeah.
Yes Bar,
Right, yeah.
I've heard of Yes Bar,
great.
yeah.
3 floors. What a place. Beautiful pizza at when you go downstairs. It is wonderful. And you get that nice mix of
I love
like.
how I come straight back to food. Straight back.
I think it's like £2 slices. It's great.
Unreal.
And then you head into the Northern Quarter is wonderful. Some nice spots there. I always like I like Junior Jackson's. I have to give a shout out to them because
Because of the questions that
Junior Jackson's is actually one of my. I like bars where you can just kind of like escape a bit.
Okay.
And it feels like so. The thing with Junior Jackson's is the kind of it's a bar below the ground and it's kind of like got an American feel to it.
Nice.
Booze is flowing a lot, but they don't ever pack it out. So there's always kind of queues because they want to keep the atmosphere slightly not like so people can just have a decent time.
Yeah.
So when you're in a bar and sometimes you're like, hold on, I can't get a drink here. It's too busy and I'm not having fun.
Yeah.
Well, what is the people that actually run bars for not profit and just because they want to run a bar? They make it easy for you to get a drink, and they make it nice for you to have a bit of time, and they just So that's kind of one of the spots where I love. Because you can just, I love it when you can just go to the bar and you can get served in like a couple of minutes.
Agreed. It's so much
Because
better.
it's like, what am I doing here queuing for this crazy barman in a mad club or a mad bar to serve me a drink for a load of money? And it just took me 15 minutes to queue up for it. Mad, isn't it?
That was the worst thing about. We did the Otley Run
Oh,
a few months back.
Cracky,
Never done it
yeah,
before.
yeah. Is it chaos? I'm doing it in
It
August.
takes like half hour to
Mate,
get a drink.
you're
in the first few
sober.
bars. Yeah.
You go in. How many
I
pubs
was
are-
thinking at the start of it, I'm going to do Bud Lights all day here. Like, you know,
Yeah.
pace myself. It's like 10 pubs. But it's at least an hour between each drink.
Yeah, and
Is
you
it
know,
really? Oh.
It's just well, we.
Has you
I
got
think
two
we
big
did
fridge
it.
boosts in a way? 'Cause
It
two
has a
people
little
doing it.
bit, yeah. I'd rather just do a Glossop pub crawl. Glossop have got some cracking.
Yeah.
And they're always a good night out as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
you see people you've not seen in
Yeah, for a while.
Yeah, and I go missing. I just go and find a random group of people and start
Stay
chatting.
with them.
I always do. I mean, I just see my girlfriend just popping her head round, being like, "Yep, still alive." Go back, making sure it wandered off. But yeah, it's quality. But yeah, the Otley Run is
Did you enjoy it? Did you dress up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I was a leprechaun.
I was Donald Trump.
Nice.
Oh,
I like
yours
that,
was sick.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Class, mate. And so we did dress up as something beginning with the first letter of your first name.
Nice.
So our mate James, he was James Bond.
Yeah.
He's gone for an easy one.
He's
Just put a
gone
suit
for well
on.
easy.
That's shy.
But he's walking down the street with me, and one of the lads behind us goes, "He looks like your bloody bodyguard." I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, he does do that."
He's come as your bodyguard.
Yeah.
That's class. He looks the part. Better than James Bond, though.
Yeah.
What did he have? Just like a suit and that.
Suit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
so-
that. So, but we had some good ones. We had someone who came as from Dodgeball. What's he called?
yeah.
Gordo. So it was Joe with the glasses. We had Willie, groundskeeper Willie.
Nice, that's a good
groundskeeper Willie. With his dungarees on. Will had one of them.
Ali G.
His girlfriend had Ali G.
Love that.
She nailed it as well. Elton John was there.
How is he doing? Yeah. She's fuming about these cues, isn't he?
He's changed sex now. He's now female, which is a bit odd. yeah. That was a bit odd. What else did we have?
Where did you end up? What did you do afterwards?
We just got train back. And the train was like 11:30. So it's not too bad.
Is it packed? Is it packed to the train back?
Oh yeah. Because there's a lot of people who do the same. Because you have people who do the what's the one where you get off at every train stop?
Oh yeah, crikey, like the ale trail.
That's it. Yeah.
So you got combine that and you getting on the train as well. No wonder these
characters.
No wonder on strike. Who are you guys?
They get paid minimum wage and they've got Buddy Donald Trump sat there. Where's me beer?
You never guess what I had to do with Ali G having a fight. Fucking leprechaun today. I'm on the picket line as well.
It's funny you say that because I was googling before we did the Otley run. So I was googling like Otley run fancy dress ideas, and the first few pictures that come up on Google are just policemen arresting people. It's just so funny.
Throw them in the back of them.
Have you ever done something like that?
But we're doing it in August. But yeah, do love the old ale trails. That was good. Missed, my mate always does it for his birthday, but missed it this year because clash with neighbourhood. Yeah. But you do, I feel like you find the first 4 or 5 pubs like, oh, it's going to be good this. And then you just sort of lose yourself then, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're on the 10th pub and you've really got no idea how you got there. But you're having a good time.
It's like when you're driving home somewhere from like work and it's like an autopilot. When you find yourself in like a 9th pub and you're
yeah.
What the fuck's happening? It's when you go to the toilets. You look in the mirror and you go, what am I doing here? How am I here? Like, what's happening?
I remember once, I'll say this story anyway because it's a bit disgusting, but
here we go.
I remember once you have that toilet of like recognition, don't you? We go for a wee.
Yeah.
And you sort of remember what's going on.
Yeah.
I remember once we were having a mate, my best mate, he got us around to his because he hired out a jacuzzi for the day. So he gave it to his girlfriend the night before, and they shut all mates round. And then we got round to his, and we started off by just boozing outside, and we were at that 6th or 7th pint stage now. And then we just get in the jacuzzi, and then I remember thinking, 4 hours have gone past it, and we're all still in this jacuzzi. None of us have that toilet moment yet. And do you know why? Because all dirty bastards, we just stopped pissing everywhere. In the thingy. And I remember looking at everyone, and we're all steaming. I went, the elephant in the room. Why one says it. Move for a bit? We're all, oh Christ. And he said it was just that the next day, apparently neighbours could smell it.
Oh, it just lingers everywhere.
That's disgusting, isn't it? Sorry about that. I mean, it's gone a bit disgusting.
I mean, we had a very similar sort of story as well.
Our story was, so we hired this house in like the Lake District. Yeah. Obviously, the Lake District, it was Blackburn.
No.
You know.
It was literally Blackburn.
Yeah. And we were all in this hot tub, but everyone kept getting out for a piss. Yeah. But there was one lad that just, I'm not going to name him.
No.
He hadn't got out for like 4 hours.
Oh, here we go.
Like, have you not needed a piss? I was going to say his name then. He's like, no. We know full well he's had about 10 days in this hot tub.
He's not. Yeah. And he didn't leave that hot tub all weekend. Yeah. So I went in there first night. The other night, I tended to avoid it a little bit.
Hot tub's alright, but essentially, you're just a hot bath, innit?
Yeah, you're sitting in someone else's shit, aren't you, really?
And you feel a bit lightheaded sometimes, especially with boozing. You know, what's going on?
We had the good idea one night to fill it with a load of shampoo.
Oh, but that was
so it bubbled.
It was a danger. It was a danger.
Where's this place? Send me this place. I want to know.
It was actually quality because we had loads of us who went that first year.
Yeah,
it was like 20 odd of us. So we just picked the biggest house we could possibly find.
Yeah.
And the
Were they
second
all
year
right
we
with
did
it,
just
though?
lads.
Were they all right? Like the house and all that?
We lost our deposit.
We lost our deposit. Let's just say that.
How much was the deposit?
It was
Quite a
about
lot of money.
It was about
quite a lot of
50
money.
quid each, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was quite,
So obviously,
quite a lot of fucking
it was
money.
a grand, yeah.
I bet they just fucking lose your deposit anyway.
Oh
don't
yeah, of course. But blamed us and was like, "Oh yeah, the snooker table, it's coming away from the side." It was like, "I don't know, we fucking got there."
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're 18, you don't think to go and take pictures. And at the
exactly.
end of the day, when
They
it's like
knew
50
you were 18
quid,
as well.
we were just like, "Yeah, fuck it, who cares?"
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Well, I think that's been a quality podcast, and then we'll end on the pissing in the hot tub. So where can we find you, mate?
Find us. Just get the Sloppy Joe's podcast. That's what I'm about in a minute.
Yeah.
Love it. Sloppy Joe's podcast on YouTube. Find us there, and yeah, we have a new episode out every Tuesday. It's good.
And 7 till 10 on a Thursday.
7 till 10 on Thursday, BBC Radio Manchester. Just get BBC Sounds, the app,
Yeah.
where you might get like Radio 1 and all that, and then you just find like there's little station icons at the top. Scroll to Radio Manchester, and I'm on there Thursday, 7 p.m. till 10.
Lovely.
It's going to be good fun.
Sounds good. Make sure you head down below, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us some of your funny stories from lads' holidays.
Yeah,
'Cause
have you
there's-
pissed in a hot tub?
Have you ever pissed in a hot tub?
Hey, we should do one of these from a hot tub.
Oh my god, imagine
tub
that.
You know, you can take
That'll-
this anywhere, can't you?
To be fair, though, with like hot tubs, they do like streams and stuff, don't they? On Twitch, they do like hot tub streams. Have you seen them?
No,
Maybe-
I don't
they-
watch that type of video.
No,
Have you seen them?
no, they had a big backlash on there because Twitch is like a gaming
Yeah.
platform, and like people were getting it, and it was just literally like women in like skin bikinis, and they
really?
get like so.
I've seen them.
So
You trying to get me in trouble, Luke?
No, we don't do them anymore. But it was like a big, like
Was it?
controversial thing because they get like shitloads of donations and stuff, and it was basically like
Soft porn.
OnlyFans.
Yeah,
wasn't it? It
yeah.
was like soft porn, basically,
Cracking
and like
hot
people
tub.
were kicking off about it.
I hope
Easy
they
way of
don't
making a buck.
stumble upon our video and think we're doing the same.
So yeah, if you want to see,
If you
us
wanna
do a
see
little bit of soft porn,
That's class.
Oh, it's been a cracking episode.
it's been a good
Thank
one.
you very
we've
much
not-
for the invite.
We've not even
Hey,
touched
thanks for
on
coming
half
on.
the stuff we planned.
No, it's gonna be.
Like I
well-
said, a hot tub one. That's the next step in
next
it.
step.
Yeah, we need to do a few. We're trying to get like a few guests because obviously a lot of our guests, we've got so many links with our guests
yeah.
we've known about. So I think like a you and Fat Sammy's would be a
that'd be a
fucking
good one.
quality.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Definitely.
That'd be quality. Well, make sure you come back next week. We should have a singer-songwriter on for you next week. Someone you probably have heard
You
of.
probably
if
know,
you know your podcast game, you probably have heard of him. But yeah, make sure you head over to Spotify, give us a 5-star review, like, comment, and subscribe. Get us that 200. If we've already hit 200 by then, I don't know.
Happy
We're,
days.
we're about 10-15 away, so hopefully we get there. And come back next week.
Yeah, see you soon, guys.
See you soon.